Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Not Your Average Joe. So, today we are on episode 45, and so far, season two is going amazing. I've been able to have past guests on here talking about different topics, and I also have been having new guests join on my podcast as well. Which, speaking of new guests, we actually have a new guest here with us today. This is Sam. I actually have known her for about 4.5 years. We actually met in a uh, a different place than what I usually am at. I actually had the opportunity to go to Greece 4 years ago on a group travel trip. And Sam was one of the first people that I met there, and one of the first people that I connected with. I think a lot of it had to do with Sam being like one of the only few people from like the South. Like a lot of the people that
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of people in our group was from the North, and something about Sam made me feel like I was like back at home. So that was just like somebody that I draw near to, like that I like having conversations with. So I enjoyed that, and I definitely have kept up with her in the last 4.5 years and seeing what all she's been up to. So I'm glad that she is able to join today. So thank you for joining.
Hey, Joel, it's so great to be here. We've gone back and forth about me being here, and now I'm here, and I'm so happy that I'm able to help and contribute to your podcast. I love to see it. I love to see anybody trying to, get their stuff out, especially about something that they're passionate about. I if I can support anyway, I will. And you asked, and I'm delivering, and I'm happy to be here. I'm going to do a little brief introduction to myself. He already told you my name's Sam, but Samantha, but everyone calls me Sam. Um, I'm from South Carolina. He's right when he said he make it feel like home. And I'm like, okay, I got somebody from Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's the dirty South. Like we from the South. So I'm like, yeah. He most definitely when he said it made me feel like I had a little something that was closer to home, way over there. It's crazy how you can go anywhere and you just feel energy with people and you're just like, oh, that's why. You know what I'm saying? That's why we connecting because we from the South. And I mean, everybody rep where they from, and yeah, we from down there. We from down there. um but right now I'm currently not exactly in the workforce. I'm more on the entrepreneur force. So I've been transitioning a lot into roles, trying to figure out more things that I want to do. Like, do I want to be a full-time entrepreneur or do I want to do both? And I always lean toward doing both, because in this environment, this day, you need, well, with things that I like to do, you need multiple sources of income. So I'm trying to perfect that, just starting things. I've started in the entrepreneur world doing online stuff with a boutique. Actually, I still have things, and I'm working on rebooting that too. Then I transitioned into being a travel agent, in which I still do. Um, I love helping people out, answering questions about travel. I love when people experiencing things, so that excites me. So I love to do that. I have a few more things that I'm probably going to branch off into, but today we're going to focus on travel. Once Joe gets in and answers the question, we'll get to that. And once again, like I said, I'm from South Carolina, a small, real small town in South Carolina, called Monetta. I graduated from a small school called Bay Square Leesville. Um, I'm living in Columbia now, which is the capital. It ain't all this cracked up to be, but I'm here, alive, and I'm well, and I'm well. And let's go, Joe. I'm ready.
Yes, I'm definitely excited to talk about this topic as this is something that we both love to talk about. And as far as like your introduction, I'm definitely excited for your journey as far as your entrepreneurship journey, and as well as I remember you talking about your travel agent,
Yeah,
role, because I remember even having like a little interest at one point and wanting to do something like
right.
that too. Just because I do a good bit of traveling myself, as people can see
Correct.
behind me. I have some
Yeah, you gotta go.
photos.
I'm. That's what I want. I was just telling you about. I have so much content, and what you have back there is exactly what I want to do with one of the walls in my home. It's basically print out pictures and put them in frames and from different things. And so when somebody comes, they can be like, "Hey, where is this at?" And I'm like, "Oh, such and such, such and such. I got a story."
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely excited for that for you. And hopefully things go, well with that. I'm definitely excited to
Yes,
hear about it all.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so I know it is off topic, but I know I actually do have a couple of things from Greece up here. It's just hard to see. I like let's see, there's hold on. This photo I think is from Nafplio. I think that was like our last day in
I know.
Greece.
Oh, yeah.
And then let's see, and then this one is from Athens. I actually went to Athens a day early before meeting everybody
Yeah,
else in the group.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, me and Joe. I think she goes by Joe, don't she? Joe Lisa. Joe,
Yeah,
yeah.
Elise. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we met a day early and explored Athens. So yeah, I got to get a few photos from up there. I had to throw Greece up there.
It's
So
only right. It's only right.
yes, exactly. It was my first country to visit as far as outside of the US. So that was definitely a fun experience and definitely would
Very,
love to go back.
very. Yeah, I would. I'm actually like looking into going. I want to go in the next 2 years. And to like the coastline, like Santorini and Mykonos and stuff like that. So,
Mm.
we'll talk. When you ask some of the questions, I'll get into some things to say about what the direction I want to go in with travel. So,
Yeah, most definitely. So if everybody doesn't know by now, today's topic is actually going to be on vacation. So as you can see, I'm wearing a little bit of like a beachy looking shirt because I definitely love going to the beach for vacation. So we are going to talk about vacation today, and I have a few questions I'm going to ask Sam, and I'm going to put my input as well. And I think these are going to be some fun little topics. So even if you're watching this, you can definitely comment on these questions as well, whether on YouTube or my Instagram page at Not Your Average Joel Podcast. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So my first question is, as far back as you can remember into your childhood, what was the first vacation that you can remember taking as a child?
I remember going to New Haven, Connecticut when I was 4. My auntie passed away. Um, I mean, it was for a sad occasion, but being that I was 4, we took a train, took the Amtrak train, from Columbia to New Haven, and I was just amazed that the train, like it was like a wow moment. It was like, oh my God, I'm on a train. I was looking out the window, trying to look at everything passing by. We stayed up there for a few days, and that was my first. Like, I don't remember a lot from being there, just bits and pieces, but I remember the train because when I was younger, I was kind of obsessed with trains. So it was that was my first. That's my first travel experience that I remember. Being 4 and going to my auntie's funeral in Connecticut from South Carolina, and where I'm raised at is it's dirt roads and all that, and I'm just like, wow, like, just it was just that was my first experience and first exposure to travel, going on some type of vacation, even though it wasn't for a happy occasion, but I mean I saw family that I had seen, and you know
Yeah, so yeah, that's definitely fun to at least get on a train, having your first experience on the Amtrak. I actually have not been able to. I've gone on a train before, not for like it's been more for like an amusement park kind of ride, not for like an
okay,
actual train
yeah,
ride. So I definitely
one day. I was gonna say when you were saying you wanted to do, you hadn't uh explored much of the northeastern border yet. I was about to say maybe you should try Amtrak one day because they do like that cross. I want to do that, like they go across the United States on Amtrak. It's like 10 to 15 days, but you stop in certain cities along the way and stay for a day or two. I think it's pretty cool that they offer that. um,
yeah.
I mean, it takes a little longer, as in almost like a bus, but a little bit shorter than bus. But depending on how you want to ride, you can have a cabin that has an actual bed in it and stuff like that. So those are options. They have the Wi-Fi now. They're all up in technology. You can plug your phone in, charge it, and all that now. Because back when I started on Amtrak, they didn't have all that. um, but they have it now. So it's most definitely an option to look into if I were you.
Yeah, that actually would be a really good option as far as trying to explore all that because all of those states are so close by, and then getting a rental car, I'm sure costs a plenty for sure. And the gas nowadays is a lot. So I think even yeah, the idea of getting on an Amtrak would be really fun and just getting to
Yeah.
explore
Um,
different areas up
I
there.
see you went to New York. So when I go to New York, that's the second place I went on an Amtrak train was to New York. Um, when I was probably about uh, when I was in my teens. My dad was in New York, so I was past start. My grandmother will not get on a plane, so anytime she went, when I went, if we went together, I had to ride the train with her because I get on an airplane. To this day, she still won't get on an airplane. Uh, so I take. I don't know if you know. I do the public transportation when I go up there. Um, there's a train that could have took you to New Jersey, like parts of New Jersey. The PATH train could have took you to New Jersey, and then yeah, so it's kind of cool. I was gonna say I don't know if you went to New Jersey or not, but you
Yeah,
could.
so
It's like a skip and a hop. It's like boom, boom, and you're there.
yeah, it was actually I actually did take the opportunity to go to New Jersey through the PATH
Okay.
train,
Okay.
and it was actually a really neat experience because it was so much quicker than I like thought it would be. Like
Yeah.
and it was not that expensive either. I just took a
Oh,
one way like way there just because I had friends in New Jersey that were gonna take us back to where we were
oh,
staying in Staten Island. So we just had to basically just get to New Jersey was the goal, and it was only like $2 or something like that
yeah,
for a single ticket.
yeah.
And
It's pretty. As compared to the Uber prices and taxi prices, it is very much convenient.
yes, for sure. So I guess yeah, technically I have been on a train, but as far as the Amtrak, I have not yet. But I definitely will look into it because I definitely want to visit a lot of the northeastern states because I have very few states left that I want to visit. So and a lot of it's in the Northeast. So I'm definitely going to look into that for sure.
Gotcha.
So as far as me, I guess my first memory that I can remember is every year we go to Panama City Beach in Florida. We go there for a week every year. And so I guess that would probably be my first memory because I think the first year we went was summer of 95, and I was almost 2 years old, but I don't really remember much at that point. Probably my first memories, that I can remember now is probably 4 or 5 years old. So it's probably still Panama City Beach. Yeah, so
A
yeah.
good place. A beautiful. Florida has some beautiful beaches, most definitely.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what I even say to this day. Like I've been to a lot of beautiful beaches, even around the world, but I think still to me, Florida is like the best beautiful beaches that I've ever seen.
Have some beach. They do. But I'm not gonna say it's the most beautiful beach I've seen, but they have some of the prettiest beaches for it to be in such close proximity. So uh,
Yeah,
it's you get the bang for your buck on most of the beaches. So
yes,
and
most
views
definitely.
are unreal at some of them. It's just like wow. So yeah, I give it to that one, Joe.
Yeah, so yeah, that's probably my first memory that I can think of. But I guess so now I guess moving on to the next question. And this is going to be a two-parter question. So if you could think of your top three favorite US cities that you have visited, what would they be? And then also if you can let us know, because I think you've been to more than three countries. So if you can tell
I
me
have.
your top three favorite countries that you visit as well. It don't have to be in no particular order. So
I'm
yeah, let's let you.
going US first. I'm gonna have to say Denver. Denver, Colorado. I love it. It's it's a few surrounding cities. They look so nice, and you can go shopping in and stuff. But I love downtown Denver. And to say that is a lot because I hate the cold. I do not like to be cold, but I feel like Denver would be worth being cold because I love the downtown atmosphere. It's like, I don't know, it gives me this peace. And then it's a lot to do in a small parameter. So it's like, if it's in the winter season, it depends on what time. Hey, you got the Denver Broncos over here, you have Denver Nuggets here, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say they have like the University of Colorado right there. They got a nice football team too. So it's just, it's some options. I've actually went to a Denver Nuggets game while I was in Denver. It was nice. I went for my birthday one year, and then I went again later on because when we can't get cheap flight prices anymore, but when we
Yes.
right when we were getting them, it was like nothing. Yeah, it's like $120. Let's go to Denver. But it's nice. That'll be on my list. I'm gonna always say New York. That was the first major city outside of Connecticut. Me going to Connecticut, that was one of the first major cities I ever visited. I used to go for spring break. I used to go for Christmas break and a couple weeks out of summer. So I'm so happy that I did. It made me think. Well, we small town people from rural areas, and it's like, wow, it's the city. It's this big city. It's gonna always be on my list as one of my top places. And I can't say. I don't know what I want to say for number three. Okay, I don't know what I want to say. I think everybody should visit Las Vegas at least once in life. That'll be my third place. I'll say that. So I'm gonna say Denver, New York, and Las Vegas for United States.
Mm.
Because anytime I went there, I had a great time. Anytime I go to Vegas, I have a great time. New York, I know how to navigate the transit system myself now. So when me and my boyfriend go, I put him on the train because we save a whole lot of money doing that. Like the Ubers are OD expensive now. So it's like cool. And my family, I always stay in Manhattan, downtown Manhattan. Because I be finding deals on hotels. So it's like if it's that price, it's like, okay, boom, we staying here. But my family is pretty much in Brooklyn now. So what a family that I used to stay with. They're pretty much in Brooklyn now. So and then they have their own arena. I've been to the Madison Square Garden. I recommend that in life. Either if you like hockey, whatever sport you like, and they're doing it there, go. I went to the basketball game. So one of my plans is to make it to a Yankees game before I leave this good earth. And with Las Vegas, I'm an outgoing person. It just fits my personality, and I like to have a good time. So it depends on what But even though if you're not this person, they have a whole lot of a melting pot of a whole lot of different things to do there. So let me get to my countries. Most definitely going to put Indonesia on number one. Bali was so lovely. It was just peaceful. Like if I could go live there, I'd go live there. Like I'm like at this point, I'm almost ready to go to look into it for real. But I know you mentioned. Well, we'll get to that later, but I recommend that for a staycation if that's what you're gonna do. Because it's fairly well. For one, it's just beautiful. It's nature at its finest. Like everything just is. I guess since it's like an island, everything is so green and lush, and like the atmosphere is just peaceful. Like the people are very welcoming. They didn't act, any kind of way. I most definitely thumbs up it. I give it 10 stars. Go if you get a chance. Um, so and number two, I'd say Jamaica. Beautiful island once again. Beautiful beaches, peaceful vibes. The I didn't when I went, it was my first time. I didn't we were staying on the resort pretty much, but when I go back, I got plans to do things outside of the resort. Well, we did a whole day of touring while we were there, but still, you go once and then you're like, hey, you see, and you go back and you're like, now I know what I can do, what's what, and this and that. I most definitely, if you get a chance, go. It's just any. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna take. I'd say any Caribbean island. It's beautiful. Most of them have beautiful beaches, beautiful views. The locals are nice. They're not, you know, snobby and stuff like that. Um, and for number three, uh, I'm gonna say Greece. When we went to Epidavros, um, most definitely was beautiful place. Um, serene, peaceful. Most definitely, if you need to have a peace of mind, you could find a piece of it there if you needed it. Um, I have some places on my to go to list, and I don't know if those choices will change. You check back with me later.